Minister, the bill provides that on board Penala will be the appeal body for the purposes of the aircraft noise regulation, and that an appeal against a relevant regulatory decision, together with the appropriate fee, may be lodged with the board at any time before the expiration of the appropriate period by the airport authority or a relevant person. This appears to be a well thought out decision, as on board Penala have extensive experience in handling appeals. However, I would be concerned about recent appointments to on board Penala and how it might affect their ability to function in an impartial manner. Okay, I will. I'm going to go to great lengths not to name him.
Thank you, Deputy.
In a press statement put out by the Department of Housing Minister Owen Murphy only yesterday, the Minister appointed an individual who the Concordia doesn't want me to name to the board of on board Penala, who has extensive experience in planning, which he does, and that he is currently employed by a private company. Now, that was actually not an accurate statement on behalf of the Minister, because the individual concerned is actually head of planning for a public listed company, Glenveagh Properties plc, not a private company, who are headed by another NAMA individual who the Minister or the Concordia doesn't want me to name. And the individual who has been just nominated to a board Penala is actually a former member of NAMA himself, where he was head of planning. Now, I'd be concerned that his appointment to the board will create a certain conflicts of interest. I mean, for example, what happens if Glenveagh applied directly to on board Penala for a strategic house development for more than 100 units? I mean, would this member who has been selected to on board Penala be allowed to have a say in the decision making, or would he be absent for it? And what would happen in cases where the planning?
I'm very reluctant to intervene. We're treading on very dangerous ground here now. Everybody is entitled to the presumption of their good name, and that includes the presumption that anyone appointed to public office will act in an appropriate manner. And while thank you very much for not naming anyone, it's fairly readily available to people to identify who you're talking about. So please just be careful, please.
Okay, thank you, Concordia. Look, I suppose I've expressed my concerns. I do think that this is an area where the government should be more careful. I'm not casting dispersions on the individual Concordia involved. What I'm saying is that when we make appointments, we have to take on board that we should avoid conflicts of interest in how we do our work in terms of appointments. And I'm actually, when the Taoiseach announced the Land Development Agency, I expressed some other serious concerns around the same issues, Concordia, in this area, and I think this is actually not disconnected from the same philosophy that brought us the Land Development Agency, and I'm just really disappointed, Concordia, that the government are actually, given that we have such a terrible housing crisis, the fact that they're literally getting the foxes to mind the chickens is really concerning. I have real concerns about how the government is dealing with the housing crisis. And Minister, I realise it's nothing to do with you, and yeah, I accept that. And I'm not throwing any stones at the Minister at the moment, but I've obviously, listen, Concordia, I've actually taken the opportunity to highlight the fact that I'm seriously worried and disappointed about how the government are going about their business in dealing with the housing crisis. And it just so happened to be connected to this because of the board Penala issue. And thank you for your perseverance, Concordia and Minister.
It was very tenuous, I suspect.